Okay, people. Waiting for somebody to show up. Current viewers 1. All right, let me go from. Let me go. Waiting for the audio of the video to catch up. All right, let me go and jump into this now. So I'm going to hit a few things here. One of them we're going to first show. This is the body cam video image. I want you first to realize this is Santa Fe Fire Department. Santa Fe Fire Department falls under, this is their New Mexico Health. This NMAC 7.27.10. You open that up and you'll get the standards of care under this requirement that they must maintain. One of the things they must do is also report on each other if they notice a mistake or how these issues happening. But under the highlighted section that I have right here, it's made very clear. It says, negligence on the part of the emergency medical services. Agency personnel in the delivery of emergency medical services, including but not limited to the following. Malpractice or standard medical care of treatment. So standard medical care of treatment would mean you get when they have to give you oxygen, they give you oxygen, not just put it in your belly. Incompetence, abandonment, practice without a valid EMT, failure to retain, transport, or use required equipment, and an appropriate use of equipment during treatment or transportation of patient. All right, so you have number one here, malpractice or substandard medical care of treatment. We go to, this is the medical examiner that proves substandard care or treatment. Listen to her statement in cross-examination, how they intubated incorrectly. So this shows that the fire department was substandard against their, let's make it clear. That it says it must be reported. You must report the records, etc. So for the Alec Baldwin lawyer team, they need to see if this was reported. Was this substandard reported? Did she report the substandard behavior to the New Mexico Medical Board for that authority? Now let's listen to her state that it was medical, that it was per the code. There was negligence here. There was right here. It says negligence right there. Substandard care. This is the medical examiner for the state there, that location.
With regard to that classification, that is an official state of New Mexico ruling, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that is an accident.
Yes.
I'm moving the mic closer. Sorry, guys.
I know in your notes that you documented the approximate time of the incident was about 13:48. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that is 1:4.
Okay, 13:48, guys. I want you to remember that 13:48. And what I'm going to show you is that this is probably the device right here they used for intubation. This is the body camera of one of the cops, the lieutenant, I believe, that came into the building, and it shows that they're now finished the intubation already, and yet it's going to be over an hour now before she's moved into the helicopter, roughly an hour. This equipment appears to be this equipment, some version of it. Now, I could not find their exact equipment, but I show you that there are bigger monitors like that on the endoscopes, right? And again, I think this is this right here, what you're showing by my mouse. Now let's go back to the doctor stating, proving. Hello, Eric, hello, in the chat there, and she's going to state that they were intubated incorrectly, but she's not going to say that it doesn't classify as intubation. That it's, even though it's incorrect, she's calling it intubation and then done wrongly. That's just bullshit.
48.
Yes.
Okay. And then you documented that Miss Hutchins arrived at the hospital approximately 15:20. Is that right?
Yes.
And that is 3:20.
Yes.
Now, that is approximately an hour and a half delay. Is that right?
An hour and a half delay, guys, because they couldn't give her oxygen. I'll show you this again. This is I believe the monitor there. I'll show you when the cop came in. He said he arrived there about 16 minutes after being activated, after being told to go to such location. I'm sorry, this is the video. And I'm also going to show you that he lied in his testimony here, and yet the judge literally knew it, and the prosecutor knows that he lied within a few minutes of this video here. And I'll give you the receipts, because I'm going to show you that David Hall's plea agreement states what he's stipulating to what happened, that he handed the gun over to Alec Baldwin. And that this testimony here he gives on court TV, he states that she handed the gun over to Alec Baldwin. So this guy, and so the judge and the prosecutor at that point should say, wait a minute. We've already stipulated in your plea agreement, and I'll show it to you, that you handed the gun over to Alec Baldwin. So when you're stating this, you're lying to the jurors. And it's not just him lying to the jurors, it's the judge and the prosecutor that know about, and if his lawyer's present there, that know he's now lying to the jurors by stating that Hutchinson, the girl I don't like, the gun armor girl, that she handed the gun to Alec Baldwin. So there's another third party that will talk about it too. We'll get to that one, but not in this video. Let's go first to show the negligence about the intubation, the oxygen to the body.
Yes.
You knew that she was being attended to by EMT personnel, and there was a helicopter waiting to take her to the hospital. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you have any idea why there was a delay in the hospital taking her?
No.
Now, during your findings, you did a CT scan before your external examination, correct?
Yes.
Did you find evidence of prior medical intervention from Ms. Hutchins?
Yes.
And what was that evidence of medical intervention?
Here we go.
She had been intubated.
And there's the lie, the tell. She's covering her face. She's going to scratch one of her tells is she scratches her face when she lies. She's been intubated. She was not intubated. And now watch how it goes back.
The intubation was actually in the wrong place. It was in the esophagus.
So that's not intubation, guys.
It was removed when she arrived at the hospital, but she was also re-intubated into her esophagus and not into the airway. She had also had... So
she was not re-intubated. So they did it wrong twice. Now let's just stop there, because you can go in my previous video and follow this. And this is the vest camera of the cop. And I'm going to, you can see, I think that's the equipment for the intubation. And there's the FC, the fire department, the medics. This is the one cop you see there. He's on scene first. He has a body cam on him. That body cam would be very good to have for like Alec Baldwin too. Even though I don't like Alec Baldwin, guys, I just let the chips fall where they fall. It would be good for him to have to show they did it incorrectly. And she could have been saved had they done this correctly. Prolonged life, right? Here's it looks like the cap of maybe Alec Baldwin at one point placed down. He's a lieutenant, so this guy's addressing the lieutenant, talking to him, recognizing the superior officer in the room and rank. Now, you see who's there? You have plenty of staff there. This is the body cam, so it's on the center of his chest as he turns. You can see how it just orients differently. She's on the floor there, and they're trying to, I believe, intubate her. I'm going to back it up kind of fast here. You're going to see a little glimpse of what appears as them trying to intubate her. All right? Sorry. Shit. Sorry, guys. All right, so bottom left. Okay. They're trying to work on intubating her, I believe, at this point. That's your number one care. To get her that airway. And the reason why I said that, you saw the monitor, what appeared to be the only monitor going away. And as a backup, you're going to know that it's her, obviously, because of the other guy's been put outside. I believe worked on him outside, not inside. But as a backup, he's going to enter the church, and right here is the gurney for her, if you will. And they're waiting to get her stabilized. And the hour and a half is just in here. This appears to be, is that the director, the assistant AD? I'm not sure. All right, so let's fast forward. He's here. He does not have that monitor in his hand. Right? Nothing in this guy's hand right here. And then all of a sudden, as he's approaching, it appears like it might be done. We don't need that monitor anymore because it's already been completed, right? You see, goes there. This is not audio. The audio shit on here, so it's not worth it. Observation, observing, and then we have. Sorry, guys, I'm talking. I hope I'm talking loud enough for the mic. And then we have this guy going to reach down, the fire department assistant, medic, whatever the EMTs they refer to him as. Going to reach down and come away with just a minute. Just want him turning his camera to this side and turning back. It's in short order that this guy will take possession of what appears to be the monitor. All right, I'm going to fast forward. He talks to him. Watch the guy to the right, this guy. Hand down, here's his hand down at the bottom. And lean in for the take. And hand off right here. Wait, it'll turn towards us. Hand off. And that may be the monitor for the endoscope. Let's see if he closes it up, or what is it? And it's closing it up and putting it on his cart, maybe. All right, so he's watching the guy anyway. All right, so let's go back out. Go outside. We're going to take advantage of all this camera time as much as we can. All right, and remember, oh, there's the assistant, the AD right there. The one who took the plea bargain. Let's see what they say.
Okay, everybody stop what they're doing, and I need the film secured by whoever's in charge of this.
He made everything need to be secured, but yet that one girl that gets a plea bargain, hey Skeevy, she takes bullets and throws them in the trash. Okay, so now we have either a chest tube or a I'm trying to confirm it's Hutchinson, just so you guys know that it's not the guy. The guy's over here to your left. Here's his gunshot wound. So this is going to be our girl here. All right. Here's Elena here, and here's the other one, I believe, on the ground with his elbow up, with his wound not life threatening at that immediate point. Can turn life threatening, obviously bleeding, right? So this is the oh shit! This is that EMT girl. This is the one that testified. What the hell is she doing down here when she doesn't have the emergency care anymore like that? It should be the medics taking over this. This is confusing. This looks just like her, doesn't it? The EMT girl from Rush. EMT Rust. All right, so images. Sorry guys, movie set. I know spelling's wrong, but they fixed this stuff. Her. Is this her? A question mark. Down here? What the hell is she jumping in on here when she's used to giving, as she said, damn Walgreens, giving out pills and things like that. That's her. She's been doing for the past few years, not dealing with gunshots. So now, what the fuck is she doing? Bruce. And besides, she can't do, administer some things that the medics can. All right, so now we got, and then this guy is not. Is he part of the movie? Is he part of the movie set and they didn't clear him out? Stop, whatever you're. George. Sorry, guys. George is making his move all over the place here. George, relax. George is my cat, if you guys don't know. I'm his owner, rather. I'm his daddy. Okay, so. All right. All right, so here, now let's back that up. That's good stuff there. That's for her airway. Oh, fuck. They're going to pump air into her. They're not even using oxygen. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. There's some bullshit here. Hold on, guys. Let me back this up again. She was able to talk for an hour and a half, guys. She was alive for the longest time. Now, there's Elena right here. All right, so right there is Elena, and it looks like that's the damn girl that works the set, and she's administering first aid at this point instead of allowing the more experienced people. And now I see a no oxygen bottle. She said there was an oxygen bottle she was trying to give. Before they okay, and we see now they're showing up with basically a damn this shit right here, a little bag that is not going to, you squeeze to do add the air to the lung to take over the breathing. It's the same air that's around here, and now these guys are bleeding out their exhaust, their shit. So she may be getting shit oxygen to begin with, a lower percentage of oxygen is what I'm driving at. It's wherever the bag is located. So if you put the bag in a pile of shit and start squeezing it, you're going to get the pile of shit odor going into the lungs. All right. So this is not this is just some weird shit here. Let me back up. Okay, now I'm going to go forward again. Okay. There's the guy. There is gunshot male victim, gunshot female victim here. Okay. Let's go. I've got more to give you. I'll get receipts to show you on this stuff. All right, let's go forward. All right, so let's see what we got here on equipment here. We've got these guys just holding her down on the damn dusty floor, and this guy's got a body camera on. He's got a body camera. Look, it's two arms and wrapped around him. So this should be, you should better subpoena this. The Alec Baldwin people should better subpoena this and use some medical experts to prove their negligence. Who's he handing it over to? He's not interested in grabbing it. He's turned back to the bag again. Okay, I'm looking at his bag of goodies. The medic, if you maybe. All right, trauma dressings. Fuck. What else we got here? There's the oxygen bottle. Okay. So he pulls out the oxygen bottle. Now, she said that she tried to give oxygen to her, but she was combative. Well, let's see what he said. I don't even know what the settings are, but she said she tried. So she is there. They're trying to set this bottle up. Okay, this is good. All right, so I don't know if this is the gunshot male victim going out, though. Let's go. Let's screen it. Shit. All right, so let me scrub it. We'll see if we can spot the male victim or female. Well, sometime later. So I think it's the male victim. So male victim is taking the oxygen and trying to see male victim. Confirm. No, that's her. Guys, that's her. That's Alina. That's female. That's female victim. And the time now is right up here, 2:11. Let me look at my timestamps here. This is supposed to have taken place at 1:48. So at 2:11, she's now in the ready to go. 2:11, put on the gurney, ready to go. 2:11, 1:48 was the time of incident. So we're talking 21 minutes later. She's ready to go, which is good timing. All right, they had to get there. The incident was reported at 1:48. So this is actually good timing to do this. All right, there's Elena right there. They're trying to use a mask on her, and I don't get the intubation when I see a mask here. That's contradiction of the two of them. So let's see what's going on here. Using the timestamp up here to the right. This is October 21st. Correction, that's not too... Yeah, that's the time. Yeah, 2021. So yeah, this is the real time back then, the body cam time. Okay. Right hand's over there. She's a ghostly looking girl anyway, so you can't hold that much... I forget the name, the word for it. The pallor of her face, or... Can't hold that against her. So they got to transport her to the helicopter. Okay. What you also observe, no blood. They got her on her back. They got her upright, shoes off. No, it's his pressure cup. He's forcing air in it by squeezing this. There's no oxygen connected to this. He's forcing air by squeezing this bladder. And yet, is he squeezing it? And so far, we haven't seen one compression. We haven't seen one compression, but we're noticing it covering her face. I'm trying to see. There we go. Here comes a compression now. All right. And not a full compression. Shallow compression. All right. There's the monitor here now. Now we're back to the monitor. Here's that monitor. So maybe it was not what we got here. What we got here? Right hand, there's no oxygen sensor on her right hand. What are they monitoring here? I didn't notice it on the right hand. We'll come across. Hold on. Okay, there's her face. Let's see what else I can see. The bag is not being squeezed again. The camera's going by. We got a foot, maybe a foot here. Her clothing. Her clothing. Okay, there she goes, lying flat. Yeah. So, there's her two legs. There's her face. There's the bag being compressed. One time for air. Let's get the time here. And let's move it. Okay. And no blood down her stomach. All right, looks like bare skin, uncovered skin. There's her. She was trying to make herself look thinner, as we note that she noted by the doctor she had on. This is what she died in. Also, the spandex. The women wear it for the vanity, to make their fat not look like they're blowing out. So she obviously was not as skinny as she presents herself in some photographs. She obviously got a nice sized pooch on her. All right, I'm just saying. That's maybe why the spandex. All right, let's see what we got here. Bullets up here, though. Bullet wounds up here. Yet they got the clothing on. What's with the clothing on? The bullet wound's there and in the back, and yet she's able to keep her clothing on her. All right, there's the rest of the monitor. It's a monitor. It may not be the intubation. It appears that maybe they intubate her later, not now. So right now they're still trying to give her oxygen. This is 21 minutes into it. I bet you when they get her in there, that's when the drama starts. They try to decide they're going to intubate her. Fuck, she's still got a mask on her face. Look. This crew is not very fast. All the shit's not necessary. Snatch that shit off her. You know? Rip her damn, you know, cut it off with scissors. Remove her clothing there, the top clothing. All right? They did not do anything to help her with her breathing here. And they didn't do her any favors. Let me say that much. Okay? Now let's see if we see winking of the eye, any eye action. No, I don't. Now, this guy squeezing again. All right, what we got here? It's a remote. It's a remote system. It's maybe that's what that is. Because people are so big these days, you gotta use a remote system to get them onto a system. All right, so bear with me. Okay, there's her shoes off, stockings. Well, fuck, she got them all the way up, doesn't she? All right, any comments? No comments? You can comment. I'll read it. I'll see your comments. I got a different screen open for comments. Let's go back this way. Now we're going to look at, we know what there, this is the back, this is the pressure cup for giving her a little bit of air pressure. All right, she's in the ambulance now. All right, the time is 2:11. This incident is reported at 1:48. So it's time for her to go to the get on the road to go to one of those hospitals, or it's time for her to get on a helicopter. They won't transport the helicopter for stability. This guy's wearing a mask. There's the medic, EMTs, a helicopter also arrived to airlift her to the hospital, but it was too late. Don't know about that. She arrived alive, so I don't know about that narrative. All right, let's see what he's got here as we turn around. Okay, she's fully in there now. Okay, here's the oxygen bottle. So now they're going to start the intubation maybe now. Let's see if we can get lucky on that one. He's got the oxygen bottle. Okay. The redhead person's gone. That's that girl. Right? Bottle down. We don't know what the percentage of oxygen they're attempting to give her. But appears like I was wrong. Those are her shoes. It doesn't appear like I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Those are shoes on her. Look at that, the heel. Like some type of moccasin or something. They look very, you know, well, we'll leave it at that. I can go reasons why. All right. So what are you doing here? He's trying to give them commands. Fuck. Then he jumps. All right. He jumps to the rest of the crew. There's a hat similar to, oh, that's right. He was a stand-in at one point, the other guy. So that might be Baldwin with his head down. One of these girls are the ones that throw away bullets. Cop is walking around. All right. This is the gun safe in the background. Or maybe not, where the armory is kept. I can't tell. It looks similar. Okay. Here we go. Victim 2 comes out. This is the male. All right. That's the male. Clearly it's him. All right. All right, he's got his gunshot wound.
And whose jack is that? Joel's? Okay.
All right, here's the whatever. Okay. So she knows it was Joel.
Okay.
He sets up his crime team tape. I lost the timeline now. There's the timestamp. Alec Baldwin. Wait a minute. the wording, the narrative. I wanted to see what they said.
Ice 3 in, we're securing scene. We're gonna talk to everybody in a sec. We're getting these Ice 3 in, we're securing scene. Okay, yeah. We're gonna talk to everybody in a sec. We're getting these Ice 3 in, we're securing scene. And then we'll get with you guys in a sec. Their safety, their medical priority first.
Okay,
Can you guys step right over here?
all right, and we know about that. All right, we got that. All right, now let me give you the receipts on the a couple of things now. So maybe that's not the intubation equipment, but nevertheless, she made it into the ambulance, and she was intubated incorrectly at the ambulance and also at the location, which I showed you a moment ago. The that's the cop's arrival. I showed that already. He states that what time he was there is his statements, his time. He said it took him 16 minutes to get there to get across the county.
Clear.
He secured the gun to some degree, and then he leaves the cart here. Instead of pushing the cart in front of his camera, police car, he leaves it here. There's the AD, touching stuff, and
Okay, no, so this is the one I'm pretty sure.
it's just some Gen Z freak. That's all. You know how I feel about Gen Z's, about worth piss. All right, so that's an ambulance taking off. Now, there we go. So that would be what?
Do you remember what you're saying there?
I believe I was telling Corporal Doretta to put the yellow tape to the med truck. I think, or I was asking for a med unit to come and check on Hannah.
Understood. And why would you ask for a medical unit to come check on?
Let's do this again. So this is now this ambulance is taking off. The helicopter's right here. Right there's the helicopter. There's no ambulance by the helicopter this time. The doors are closed on this ambulance. It's backing up.
Hey, to the med!
Now, I believe there's another ambulance over here. This is that guy going
Do you
away.
remember what you're saying there?
I believe there's one in front of the church, and that might not be the same one. Let me see after the fact. So let me scrub this. Let me scrub here. All right, so that's the back of the church. It's the fire truck. The other ambulance was where ambulance is. Let me scrub this a bit, guys, and then I'll get to the rest of that thing about the receipts on the liar courts, or lying in the court. And they all knew about it. The judge knew about it, rather. The guy lying knows about it, and so does the prosecutor knows that he was lying. And I'll give you the receipts in a minute. Okay, so now they're huddling up. He's trying to distribute what they wants him to do. The cart should be in front of the damn car, but he's not that good enough to know that he could put the evidence in front of the car, and anybody coming up to that damn cart would be filmed. He left it to the side for the longest time. Okay, there's the cart. Now for the cart. Now move away from that. Let's jump right into the receipts. Got that one. This we already know about that one. Already got you on that stream there. All right. So let's go right here. So this is 542 if you want to find it. It says Russ Assistant Director David Hall's plea hearing. At this point, he's already decided he's going to only get 6 months probation, guys. At this point, you're going to hear the prosecutor will stipulate what took place. And then I'm going to take you to the video where David Hall says a falsity, because he's already sworn this part here via accepting it without prejudice, without saying, oh, wait a minute, let me object to that. I didn't quite say that. So she asked, "You're the plea bargain. Tell me the facts of the case." So he says. So she stipulates the facts now. The prosecutor. So this is the judge. Now the prosecutor is going to stipulate it in this hearing. There's David Hall right there. It's a Zoom meeting, and his attorney is present also in a Zoom meeting. Separate rooms, everybody. I think. Here we go.
You're on mute.
I apologize. Thank you. On October 21st, 2021, Mr. Halls was the safety coordinator on the filming set for the movie Rust. As safety coordinator, I will also say Mr. Halls has over 30 years of experience. Prior to October 21st of 2021, there had been 2 previous negligent discharges of firearms on that set. A camera crew had walked off the set the day before due to safety concerns, among other issues. And there were a number of functional firearms on set. On October 21st of 2021, the crew and the actors were preparing for, I think, what we would refer to as sort of a pre-rehearsal of a scene where Mr. Baldwin has a gun and pulls his gun in a cross-draw motion. Mr. Baldwin was practicing prior to the actual rehearsal this cross-draw motion. Ms. Gutierrez Reed, as the court knows, a charged co-defendant, initially brought the firearm into...
Okay, so a cognitive. So what she's saying is the armorer just initially brought the firearm into the church. Listen to what she states. That she brought the courtier or whatever she calls it. That's the armorer girl. Listen.
This cross-draw motion. Ms. Gutierrez Reed, as the court knows, a charged co-defendant, initially brought the firearm into the church where the scene was being filmed, handed an empty, unloaded firearm to Mr. Halls.
Handed an empty, unloaded firearm to Mr. Halls. All right, let's follow.
He checked it, confirmed that it was empty and unloaded. Ms. Gutierrez Reed then took the gun back.
She then took the gun back once she saw it was empty. Hey, sorry about that, brutal. My channel, man, I got a lot of shadow banning, and it's real on my channel. Prosecutors are immune from lawsuit. Okay, so conspiring with judges to determine outcomes. Okay, watch. Let me get to it, cognitive.
And loaded the gun with what people, I think, believed were going to be dummy rounds.
So he checks it. It's an empty gun. And then she loads it with dummy rounds, hands it back to Hall, David Hall. But David Hall over here is going to say that, and then David Hall hands it to they're going to stipulate, hands it to Alec Baldwin. But in court against this girl, the raccoon with the hair, right? He's going to say she handed it to Baldwin. But yet now this court, the same judge and the same prosecutor knows that's a false statement. They don't correct him. Now let's listen to, so this is her affidavit also. Realize that. She's making an affidavit of facts right now in front of us on this recording. She's stating this is what happened. And nobody's objecting to their statements. Watch.
Dummy rounds are rounds that look like bullets, but they don't have any gunpowder in them, and they don't explode, they don't create smoke. So Ms. Gutierrez Reed came back into the church where the scene was being shot with the firearm. She handed it to Mr. Halls. She explained to Mr. Halls that she had loaded it with dummy rounds. Now the protocol at this point in time is for Mr. Halls to check and confirm. He's kind of the last line of defense. So he needed to check and confirm that the rounds that were in the gun were actual dummy rounds. There is a way that there is a way to easily check and see that a round is a dummy round and not an actual live round. Mr. Halls did not check every round that was in the gun.
We know that Halls admits to stating he checked like 3, maybe 4 visually.
To confirm that it was a dummy round and not a live round, he then handed the gun to Mr. Baldwin, and Mr. Baldwin began to...
He then handed the gun to Mr. Baldwin.
That it was a dummy round and not a live round. He then handed the gun to Mr. Baldwin, and Mr. Baldwin began to...
He handed the gun. She states that. Listen to this guy.
From him, I was a body width to what would be his left. And Miss Gutierrez appeared on my left-hand side with the revolver, and she said, let's do the gun check. She opened up the latch to show the drum of the revolver. She rotated the cylinder. It was empty. Checked the barrel. Well, it was what was referred to as a cold gun. And Miss Gutierrez just took a few steps and gave the gun to Mr. Baldwin.
Then you hear that? He says she took a few steps and they gave it to Baldwin. Gutierrez did it. So the judge knows this is a lie, so does the prosecutor, so does he, and so does the lawyer, because this is stipulated here.
To practice his cross draw, and during that action of practicing the cross draw, the gun went off, and obviously Ms. Hutchins was struck by the bullet and was killed. That is the factual basis for Mr. Hall's taking the no contest plea to the unsafe handling of a deadly weapon.
So that's his plea. She stated what the facts are, and he doesn't say, wait a minute. Actually, I didn't hand the gun to Baldwin. She did, uncontested.
All right, thank you. Are there any exceptions to that factual basis, Ms. Taraka?
Any exceptions?
I believe, Your Honor, that
His lawyer.
that is what the state could prove or could convince a jury of, and therefore we're pleading no. Mr. Halls was pleading no contest and not guilty to that claim. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Halls, with respect to the only count in this criminal information, negligent use of a deadly weapon, unsafe handling, occurring on or about October 2021 in October 21st, 2021 in Santa Fe County, New Mexico. How do you wish to plead?
No contest, Your Honor.
All right. I find that there is a factual basis and the no contest plea is accepted and entered. Anything prior to sentencing?
We would ask the court to impose a suspended sentence. Obviously, this was a very serious incident.
So they're asking the court to the prosecutor saying, give him a suspended sentence. So whatever sentence you give him, suspend it. He gets 6 months suspended sentence, 6 months in jail, converted to 6 months probation, converted to unsupervised probation. Of all things, he has to take a gun class, though. He has to take a gun class and 24 hours of public service, a couple of the minor things, all right? But let's fast forward to that
A young woman lost her life. There were obvious safety issues on this set before October 21st, and Mr. Halls was, as the court knows, the safety coordinator on set. For that reason, we would ask for a suspended sentence. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Taraka.
Listen.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. One of the things that would be litigated if this case were to go to trial is what is the role of the safety coordinator. And we deny that it's the role of the safety coordinator that he is in charge of safety. If the people handling the firearms are negligent, he can't control how other people handle firearms. What he can't...
I'll argue this back against her. Then why is he even checking the firearm? If he was not the safety coordinator and knew enough about firearms, reportedly fakery, just like her, why was he checking the weapon then? If he wasn't handling the safety of that weapon. He was handling the safety of that weapon when he did the inspection of said weapon. So this, I handle safety meetings, make sure nobody's falling over wires and stuff like that is bullshit. You also handle this gun because you were in charge of inspecting it and making sure you were the last line of defense to make sure the gun was safe for everyone around. He looked at it. He didn't say, "Oh shit, I don't know nothing about guns. I don't know what to do. Why are you showing that to me? I have no fucking clue. Hey, anybody here know about what to look for?" No, he took on the responsibility. So her saying that that's not his job, she's just a lying fucking bitch.
And what he was supposed to do is have safety meetings and trainings and make sure that people are aware that there are firearms on set, that there's horses on set.
Oh, we're playing in a Western. Guess what? We're going to have no firearms. This is some bullshit, gaslighting shit she's talking about.
That people need to stay hydrated, that there's rattlesnakes.
Oh, he was the water boy. You thirsty? Are you thirsty? Turns out they had a mom for that, if you remember, guys. So this lady's just lying her ass off for her $1,000, whatever they must have paid her. I have no idea what he paid her.
In the area, things like that. But he doesn't have control over how individual people handle things. And he was not the supervisor of the people who handled the firearms that did this charge.
So listen to that lie. He wasn't a supervisor. Then why the hell did she bring the gun to him, and why did he clear it to be okay?
So we tend to disagree with some of those facts about what the role is.
The judge going to throw that shit out. Her bullshit.
Nonetheless, when Ms. Gutierrez-Reed brought the firearm into the on set into the church, he did check the firearm. When he is checking for a firearm at that point in time, he's checking to see if there are blanks or dummy rounds in the firearm.
Okay, his own lawyer is talking for him and says that he's now an expert looking for blanks or dummy rounds in the gun. So his own lawyer is stating that just threw him under the bus. So there you go. There's a statement from the lawyer. He didn't object from the lawyer. So you can't say have your cake and eat it too. I'm part of handling, make sure people are hydrated. But now you told me just now through his lawyer that he's checking to make sure it's dummy rounds or not. So there's his qualification that she's stating he was qualified to do it. And that's part of his position. She says.
Never in anyone's wildest dreams, never in anyone's imagination did ever anyone think that there could possibly be a live round in the firearm.
Of course, they thought there could be a live round in the firearm. That's why they do the safety check. That's why he did it. And if she says he never thought that, that's what that shows about his brain, his intent, his beliefs, because he didn't finish checking the rest of the gun. He states he only checked 3 or 4. So, yeah, he is, didn't have the skill to check for a gun, and yet he's the person in charge of checking for this is fucking ludicrous. As I stated in the previous video, all you have to do, if they're dummy rounds, is point the gun towards the ground, and if it's a 6-shooter, fire it, click it 18 times. I don't give a shit about that breaking the hammer and all that bullshit you guys talk about. Some people think, oh, you're going to break the hammer. We're talking about someone's life here. It's a prop. It's a gun used for on a set. So what, you break it. Click the damn thing 18 times. That way each bullet will get struck 3 times to make sure that there's no accident, that the primer won't go off, that this is, what are the odds on the 4th time it would go off? Usually you can get 2 and it'll go off the 2nd time, but if possible. 3 is like that margin of error. I'm just throwing a factor in there that's just like crazy. Nobody's heard of you take the same bullet and shoot it, hit it, click it 3 times. Short of a wet bullet, powder's wet, things like that, but, or timeline goes by where it's wet, you click it, you get nothing, now it dries out, and then you could get that same click and bang. So that's over time. That's a theoretical one for you.
Mr. Halls does not handle firearms. He does not like firearms.
He doesn't handle firearms. He doesn't like them. Then why the hell is he in charge of being in charge of that? She's speaking for him. For him. He doesn't like firearms. He doesn't handle firearms. But the judge is going to order him to take a gun course anyway. That's so fucking ironic.
His job is not to handle firearms.
Yes, it is. It was you just said it to clear it, to make sure it was good to go.
And so when checking the firearm, he wouldn't have even thought that there was a live round in that.
Well, he should have thought that. She's telling what his lawyer, so she's snitching on him. He must think it's a live round in there, and then you prove that it's not a live round in there, is what you work on the assumption of.
In that gun. So in his mind, he was checking for dummy rounds or blanks. And
which you can't test for just by looking at them. They look too real.
He like many others, is extremely traumatized and
Whatever.
just, rattled with guilt and so many other.
I'm going for it.
Position
Listen.
and what you were required to do once you
6
do your
months.
sentence. I appreciate Ms. Sirocco's summation of your position and what you were required to do and what you were not required to do. However, I do think that a no contest plea, unsupervised probation is certainly giving some consideration to, a lot of consideration to what Ms.
6 months unsupervised probation, guys.
Sirocco was talking about with respect to your position. I'm not persuaded that a deferred sentence is appropriate for you in this case. So you are sentenced as follows. You are sentenced to 6 months of incarceration. I'm hereby suspending that and placing you on unsupervised probation. In addition to the standard conditions of unsupervised probation are that as follows. You will agree that you will testify truthfully in all hearings, trials, or settings involving any and all defendants and co-defendants in this matter.
So you got to testify for the
Pay a
state.
$500 fine.
$500 fine, guys, and he has to snitch for the state.
You shall participate in a firearm safety course and present proof of completion to the district attorney within 60 days of the acceptance of this plea. You agree to take responsibility for your actions or inactions. You shall obey all federal, state, and local laws or ordinances, criminal.
You guys got to know he's also a foreigner, it turns out, because she says something about how this affects your immigration status.
Defendant, you shall not possess or use any alcohol or controlled substance without a valid prescription.
But you must use a firearm because you got to take the firearms training class.
You shall complete 24 hours of community services. You shall have no contact with any potential witnesses or co-defendants in this case.
No contact. But yet, she just said you must go to court and testify.
All right. And then the state reserves the right to withdraw this plea and prosecute any and all charges supported by probable cause if you violate the terms and conditions of this plea agreement, fail to testify at any hearing in the criminal matters, commit a new offense, fail to abide by conditions of release pending sentencing, fail to appear at any scheduled court hearings, or violate any terms and or conditions of unsupervised probation. So, is there anything else, counsel, that I may have missed or that you wish to confirm on the record?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Okay, so that's it. But I want you guys again to know the stipulation was that he took the gun and did what he did.
Prior to the actual rehearsal, this cross-draw motion, Ms. Gutierrez-Reed, as the court knows, a charged co-defendant, initially brought the firearm into the church where the scene was being filmed, handed an empty, unloaded firearm to Mr. Halls.
So remember, she walks in, the skunk, the multiple hair colored girl, the Gen Z, she walks in there, shows him an empty gun. He accepts the empty.
He checked it, confirmed that it was empty and unloaded. Ms. Gutierrez-Reed then took the gun back and loaded the gun with what people, I think, believed were going to be dummy rounds. Dummy rounds are rounds that look like bullets, but they don't have any gunpowder in them, and they don't explode, they don't create smoke. So Ms. Gutierrez-Reed came back into the church where the scene was being shot with the firearm. She handed it to Mr. Halls. She explained to Mr. Halls that she had loaded it with dummy rounds. Now, the protocol at this point in time is for Mr. Halls to check and confirm. He's kind of the last line of defense, so he needed to check and confirm that the rounds that were in the gun were actual dummy rounds. There is a way to easily check and see that a round is a dummy round and not an actual live round. Mr. Halls did not.
All right, so let me get some clarity here. You can't check to see if it's dummy round just by looking at it, unless you're the one that did some special markings on it. So that doesn't make sense that he would do that. To check the round itself, you got to take it out, and as you have to check it like the armorer would check it, shake it, and determine which ones are real or which ones are dummies or not. It has the real head on it. It has a real head, or it's made of wood even. The primer cap should not be should not work. All right, but the primer cap, they're using dummy rounds that have primer caps because he looks in the back of it, that works for the primer caps and all. He looks in the back of it. He sees the primer caps, but he's so dumb, he's not the gun expert. She sees them, but she doesn't doubt that she has no doubt, this armorer has no doubt that these are dummies also. She can't even tell the weight difference. The guy that made these bullets came from the set of the movie, the set 1888. That was an interesting movie. I watched that series. He switched from BBs because he didn't like he thought he could hear BBs, the shaking of the BBs in some of the movies. Hey, Pug. So, Pug, you'll like this, Pug. I did a good one, the one before, but this one you'll really like, Pug. So, I'm showing that, okay, Pug, you just got, damn, missed most of this. Pug, you'll really like this because it shows that the prosecutor and the lawyer, this is Pugface Guy, Pugface Music, subscribe to his channel. He's also a lawyer himself. So, he's got 2 channels, Pugface Music, Pugface Media. So that to tell, you'd have to take it out and check it. Visually, the only person that could tell that is if you marked it like a deck of cards. And that would be nice to mark it, that you would know your dummies. You'd put a little scratch on it with something real identifiable to you. Something that the other people wouldn't notice in the camera, even as the gun's closed. And I would say dimple primers would be an awesome thing, that the primer's been dimpled. That means it's already been impacted. And so there's a high probability that it's a dummy round, that it's not one that will still fire again. You can hit. Sometimes it does take 2 strikes, but that's very rare. Pug, this is what you're watching, Pug. This guy's catch Pug up. Is the stipulation, and here it is here if you want to find it. The Rush director, David Hall's plea hearing. He gets 6 months suspended sentence, 6 months suspended sentence to 6 months of probation, unsupervised, Pug. Of all things, he has to take, you got to watch it, this video that I put here. He has to take a gun course. And he says, he hates guns. He just likes guns, is what they talk about. What she's saying is the statement of facts for the court. The court asked right now for the statement of facts, and she's giving it. And she's stating for the court that how the process went. I'm making a separate lawyer channel soon. Oh, that'd be awesome, Pug. I'm going to just definitely put you in the post there. So she puts on there, this is the stipulation, and his attorney is present, and so is he in Zoom. There's his attorney, Pug, and he's over here hiding out somewhere. That's the judge, and there he is. No one objects to what she states. The statements of facts are that she hands the gun to him. He then hands it to, she stipulation of facts, hands it to Alec Baldwin. Pug, I show that he now states in his video here that she handed the gun to Alec Baldwin. With that said, that's the prosecutor asking him questions, and she doesn't say, wait a minute, that's not what you said. You said that you handed to Alec Baldwin here in the statement of facts. The recorded video, in fact, proves it. And his attorney also doesn't catch on. Her attorney should show that too. That, wait a minute, you can't get your story straight. Also, the judge doesn't call bullshit on him, what he's about to say. So let's let that play. There's a few seconds, Pug, so you understand about the importance of it. And for you guys, again, it's only a few seconds where he states that she comes back in and she hands the gun to. They went easy on him because I'm going to testify against Alec Baldwin. Yeah, he's got to testify in all future cases, it says, part of his law thing. So I guess that includes all appeals, too.
From him, I was a body to what would be his left. And Miss Gutierrez appeared on my left-hand side.
The gun girl Gutierrez.
With the revolver. And she said, let's do the gun check. She opened up the latch to show the drum of the revolver. She rotated the cylinder. It was empty. Checked the barrel. It was what was referred to as a cold gun.
See, he's skipping some stuff there in his mind, right? On purpose. He wants to control the narrative. And now here comes the narrative.
And Miss Gutierrez just took a few steps and gave the gun to Mr. Baldwin.
Mr. Goodyear took a few steps and gave the gun to Mr. Baldwin. Now, the court doesn't call him out for lying. Now there's the prosecutor, public defender, her defender doesn't either. Because she states clearly that he gives the gun to, in this statement of facts, to Alec Baldwin.
Easily check and see that a round is a dummy round and not an actual live round. Mr. Halls did not check every round that was in the gun to confirm that it was a dummy round and not a live round. He then handed the gun to Mr. Baldwin.
Okay, statement of fact. He then handed the gun to Mr. Baldwin. But yet, and you can watch the rest of this, Pug, and do this. And yet nobody objects to his lie here, where he states that she hands the gun to Alec Baldwin.
He's referred to it as a cold gun. And Ms. Gutierrez just took a few steps and gave the gun to Mr. Baldwin.
Now there's the lie. So who knows about the lie? He does. The prosecutor does. The judge knows. But none of them say, hold up, wait a minute. That is, thanks, Pug. None of them call him out on it. So this is just like, crazy. They don't want to, Pug, you just called it, That's a good find, thank you. Pug, what else I found too is that the EMS stuff, which I don't know if I still have here. This one, you remember, where she states that there's the scratch, the tail, where she states that they gave the, wait, Pug, you got to wait for this. I'm going to do it again for you.
Did you find evidence of prior medical intervention from Ms. Hutchins?
Yes.
And what was that evidence of medical intervention?
She had been intubated.
Yeah, that's the lie, because it wasn't intubated, right? They put it in the wrong place.
The intubation was actually in the wrong place. It was in the esophagus. It was removed when she arrived at the hospital, but she was also re-intubated.
Remember, the hospital they also tried to claim that she was basically DOA. Well, if she's DOA, why would you remove it and put that in there? A new intubation. Why would you open up her chest and attempt to massage her heart? They also had it in the wrong place. Pug, wait till you see the video image I'm going to show you in a minute, though, that I found.
To her esophagus and not into the airway. She had also had surgical intervention. So they had opened up.
All right, forget that part. This part here, Pug. Let's see if I can. This is the cop's video camera, all right, Pug? So that's our man that got shot in the chest. This is at the church. Here he is coming out. I can show you. You can look at the beginning of the video to see more of it. But more so, going back here, is the multiple ambulance. He's loaded up in front of the church. She is, rather. This is her there. She's gone now. Problem is, Pug, this timeline, look at my mouse here, is showing 14:11. This incident took place as reported at 1:48. All right, so it's 2:11. That's great timing. They got her in the bus, as they call it, on my way back here. They got her in the bus, ready to go at 2:11. 24, correction. 2:11, so 11 plus 12. 23 minutes later, she's in here, ready to go, either drive to the hospital or go to the helicopter, which is right behind us. Helicopter's parked behind us. Let's see if I can get you a parked helicopter shot. And parked meaning, for you guys, I'm meaning stopped in position. We'll come back to that. Where's the helicopter? Hold on. Going to cut touchdown right here. We're at 2:11 right here. Hold on. I need him to turn around. I'll get you those pictures in a second. That's her right there. They just put an oxygen bottle down. They're using a hand. It's very low oxygen way to get oxygen to them, the least effective way. I don't know when did they decide. Right, if we press play, they jump there. Hold on. Let me get the helicopter in the background for you guys. Fuck, you got to look at the beginning of the video then, where I show the helicopter. That's him coming out. All right, so I'm going to go into here. This Pug is our redhead. This is the girl that's supposed to be just an EMT. And this is the guy shot over here to your left. This is our elbow, and that's him to the left there on the ground. This is for Pug, guys, and you guys can clearly join in. These are the EMTs. It's like, Joe air sucker upper, because he's just sucking up good air that she needs right now. This is the cop coming in into the church, backing it up. Let's get him entering. And there's the fire department. So at this point, he's calling for whatever he's calling for. Here's our man on the ground, gunshot wound. That's. I think this is our red-haired girl. When I said Russ movie set girl, the redhead right here, see her color hair and all that? I think this is her. And she's administering first aid to the girl while the medics are on scene, EMTs. I looked up the EMS requirements for New Mexico, Pug, and it turns out they fall under NMAC 77.27.10. Pug, when you go to this, it says here under this title I just pulled up, they must do this. We were talking about standards of care and whether they're liable. Well, I found that since they follow that, they must do that for the licensing. It says here, under R, negligence on the part of the EMS agency personnel in the delivery of emergency medical services, including but not limited to the following: malpractice or substandard medical care. That giving her the intubation incorrectly would make them malpractice or substandard medical care. That's right there under their own charter that they must do. So that's the negligence I can find with there, that they say that they don't get that what do you call it, the first responders hey George, first responders protection, as far as I made a mistake, but I'm a first responder, it was just an accident. No, they don't get it. It says if you do the substandard or malpractice is substandard. It's substandard if you're giving that wrong airway that she just talked about. All right, so I'm going to end it with a little bit of fast clipping here. She's got her hands in the mix here. They've got all this medical personnel from the municipality, and as she stated, she's just an overrated Walgreens. So she wants to jump in here and play EMT now, apparently, emergency, paramedic. This is just the oxygen supply they're going to pull out, and this is how you squeeze it. And some of them can take air to it, and you can force the air in there to help with the breathing. But it's not really, I think it's the wrong equipment. Now this is her. There's her elbow, up and over. So it presents as her elbow up and over herself. And there's the redhead, I believe, the one that's jumping in there. He's giving comfort support, I guess, the part of the director. Maybe that's it. Yeah, that counts. It counts. If it calms her down, it counts. But don't suck up the air, dude. All right, he's going to pull up oxygen. All right, he's got a small oxygen bottle here. Here's the problem I'm having. Let's watch him pull this oxygen out. All right, there's his oxygen bottle. Take note of that, Pug. There's his oxygen bottle. Okay, let's just fast forward. All right, he's trying to set this up. They got to set it to a certain percentage. All right, that one witness that she said medical attention, it might have been a dude. I don't remember. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So look, so they're trying to set it up. They're very slow about it. All right, coming out of the church. This is her on there. All right, there's the compression bag that they're using. All right, he's kind of iffy on a compression bag. He's I don't think that's their regular uniform, but it presents as maybe it is. George is playing wild here, guys. I don't know what he's up to next, but he just found something he knocked off, and now he wants to play with it. So that's her, and now we're going to show in a second the two things. Okay, so that she is pale like that, right? And so we won't hold that against her. And let me go forward a bit. Now, this is a heavy-ass piece of equipment for them to do that. I think I might be able to see it in a second. All right, there's the monitor I talked about earlier in there, so I don't think it's the monitor, I think. I do not think she has the airway done yet, the wrong airway, the incorrect airway. I don't see that. I see that she still has her clothes on, which is, very weird to have her clothes still on. You want to address that bleeding, sucking chest wound, perhaps. There's her spandex that they talk about. See her big-ass pooch? Spandex, and it looks like raw skin. And when she said she had a spandex on, and there it is. She looked much skinnier in her profile pictures, but obviously she's not afraid of the food. She wasn't afraid of the spoon, knife, and fork. Yeah, I'm all heart. The doctors always wonder how to get such a big heart in my little chest. So, all right, so they load her. There she is again, right? She looks you know, straight ahead. I don't know if they medicated her or not. I can't see if she's blinking her eyes or not. Yet the sun's in it, so I don't know what her status is at this point. Could be shock. All right. Could be a state of shock. Also, that some whatever. They put her in an upright position with her back, not on a board, lock her in, because she, you know, they should have noticed. Should have rolled her over, and you rolled her over and take her clothes off, the top off, to identify if she's got an exit wound. You know, or rather, where the exit wound, since there's one shot and you got two victims with the magic bullet thing, right? Goes through one and comes out in the other. So she shouldn't have a shirt on. They should be dressing both wounds. And yeah, the spinal cord thing could be an issue. Those are shoes. I thought they were just bare feet at once. They turn out to be shoes. Here's the oxygen bottle issue I'm going to show you in a minute. All right, so they load her up. There's one in front of the church. This is their equipment. There's the license tag if the lawyers care to look at it to get everybody involved off of that license tag. That ambulance, you can freeze it. The helicopter is not there. Or you fuck. It's not there in the background. Okay, here's the oxygen bottle. He's coming in with it. All right, and he places it down. Okay, let's keep watching. Skip scene. Shit. All right. It's not going to work there. All right, let me go forward. I'm going to end the video just now. I wonder if they would have done an emergency tracheotomy. No, the airway. Oh, wait a minute. Me is the first. No, she didn't have a problem with getting air through her mouth, pug. So if she had a fractured face, jaw was broken, her tongue was obstructing her throat, then you could do what you just said. But there was nothing to obstruct the airway that way. Besides what they stuck in her throat, which was the equipment they stuck in her throat and then stuck into her stomach, which restricted her airflow. It literally is negligent part. It restricted airflow because it puts pressure onto the back of the airway. So it actually, was helping choke her out from internally. All right, they got this guy, Sousa, is injured, right, all souped up. And I'm fast forward it. It's fast forwarding now. I'm just letting it scrub. All right, so this is the body camera of the lieutenant. The time now is 2:16. So this is, they move her. They move her right out. So this is that girl, right? With a little pink thing on. It's 2:16. So they got the second guy ready to go. They take him to the right. He gets in the ambulance, and he gets in the ambulance to the right. There's one behind us to the left on the church, in front of the church. They roll him out pretty quick. There's the ambulance in the background. That right, maybe not. Behind that guy in the blue to the right. Back up one. Hold on. Right there. There's the ambulance there. They roll out. You'll see the tape in a second. Alec Baldwin says something. I'm going to press play because I can go faster this way.
Did you wait, sir? Okay.
I want you to notice who pulls out. They kill the timeline on me too.
Right over here.
Oh, shit, really? Oh, I'm in the wrong video. Hold on. So I'm in the wrong. Not this guy. Not that. I already deleted it. I already pulled it down. So there is the false statements there. And in the video, correct, made airway restricted. Yeah, that falls. That's crazy. And she down here further, Pug, if you're going to do your video content, this also states that you must report. So let me see if I can do this way. So they don't have anything on a paramedic. This calls themselves that. Report. Patient care report means a medical record of the encounter between you and, so it must be reported. There's 42 reports here under reports. You've got to have reports. They hit reports left and right. So I would love to see the report that they have that says where they put the airway incorrectly. This caused a time delay. And that caused, that's negligence. It's one under one here. Negligence comes one time, right there, under this, and how How about unprofessional conduct? It's not professional because no one would say you should do the wrong airway. All right. So take care, Pug. Take care, all of you. And who's there? Cognitive, whoever else is there. Love you guys. Hopefully this was helpful. This shows that I showed that the judge and the prosecutor knew that this guy was lying when he stated that she gave the gun to Alec Baldwin, because it's already, no matter what the statement of fact that they've already admitted, is that he gave the gun to Alec Baldwin. Now, I don't know what another witness says, but this came first. The others are just witnesses. This has already been, this is like an affidavit, a court. This is the real court Zoom recording. It's already a matter of fact put in the record. So whatever they're saying would contradict this matter of fact that he's admitting to it, including his lawyer and everybody, the present judge and the present prosecutor. But then, lo and behold, he switches it up to she handed the gun to Alec Baldwin. They got a problem here. They need to say, well, you got a memory problem? Because, weeks ago you said that you handed the gun to Alec Baldwin. So what the hell's going on here? This is just a big farce, I don't get it. They need to go after the state, those EMTs, also the hospital. And Alec Baldwin, I hate the fucker. I mean, don't hate him. I wish he, because he went against Orange Man so much. I wish, nothing but bad news for him, but not the bad news that I would wish that he'd be found guilty of something that I'm fair that way, guys. Remember, I will do a 180, no matter what the facts say, even if I don't like them. So I don't like Alec Baldwin getting off if he was criminally negligent. But watch, tool time going to make that's going to be messed up, Pug. So so let me just be clear. I don't believe an innocent man that he was in character. This guy's the one that checked the gun along with the other professional that's supposed to be there, and he's just an actor at that point. I know he's got culpability because you'll say he hired this guy. He also hired her indirectly or through the LLC, whatever they did. So he's got the culpability that way. Okay, yes. But remember, he jammed that gun towards his waist multiple times, and it could have fired and blew a hole into him. It could have blew his dick off many times. So he did not knowingly do this. So they're bringing him forward for this pound of flesh is ridiculous. Is ridiculous. It could have blown his dick off. Like I said, no man wants to get his dick blown off. So, and again, I don't like him because he's against Orange Man, but fair is fair. All right, and that's my personality. 180, I'll do a 180. Yeah. But if you're gonna lie about me, I can't beat your lie if you're lying. So we got to do a little battle now. All right, fair is good. So, what do you guys think? What say ye about the judge and the prosecutor and this guy lying? Right, was it foreseeable? Well, every accident is foreseeable, right? Every accident is foreseeable. A gust of wind comes up and tears your roof off, and the shingles fall onto your car and damage it. Well, it was foreseeable. Gust of winds happen. So what do you got to do? You got to nail down all your shingles extra. Now you just take some precautions, reasonable. And they had two backup systems. One was her, and then he was the other one, and he dropped the ball because he didn't complete his task completely. He didn't complete his task completely, and she did, and she was incompetent. Goodbye, crown jewels. Yeah. So that would have been okay though. And I don't care about Hutchinson either. I don't know her, so I don't have no skin in the game on that. I can look up a case law, but in the meantime, maybe Google will. Medical negligence is foreseeable. Yeah, it's going to be tough. You need a doctor up there that says they were both negligent, don't you? Also, you need the statute that says they're negligent, and this will be the statute for the municipality falling under. When I look up EMS, if I go back a tab, you'll see that I got this tab from their own website, the medical services here under them. And it's New Mexico's medical services. There's their licensing, etc. I looked at their license, how much they pay, it's current, and that's how I got to this one, Pug. I got there from their own steps. So, yes, it's foreseeable on his part, but how about this, Pug? He hired the people that were supposed to protect the people from guns. That's this stupid armorer who had two other had her father as follow her. She did follow her father around, stepfather, whatever he is. She came with the from another movie set that they were using guns. They had this guy who's got 30 years experience is going to be the safety guy checking behind her. So, and obviously Alec Baldwin doesn't know how to just point a gun at the ground and start clicking it 18 times for safety. Pug, if you didn't catch on to that, I said all he had to do, if the gun is safe, shoot it at the ground. If it's a 6-shooter, 3 times. So it's 18 times. Click that son of a bitch. I got the video in the private room. Click, 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 where it should be coming up. Hopefully it's just Pug. I tried it hours ago. It's just like refusing to go live in the private room. I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Yeah, this one here. I said, no. That one's that one. No, I'm sorry, you couldn't see that. It was off screen. I show how to check the gun. You simply just if it's a dud in there, then you should fire it 18 fucking times. If it fires, oh shit, you got a live round in there, girl. And now you stop the set, fire her, and gets real freaky about these bullets now. It's a case basis with respect to intervening acts, causation elements of negligence. Yeah, so we know that she had reportedly some drug usage. She's 24 years old. She's more putting a profile out there as a model. So they hired. You could argue. I think you could find them negligent by hiring the wrong person. So you'd have to prove her skill set, and then you could say he would have to prove her skill set to me. So if the prosecutor wants to go after him, I think they should prove that they hired the wrong person. They should go after her in that ground, saying you hired the wrong person. Now I think you could get negligence, Pug. So then Alec Baldwin would be culpable. Culpable, is that it? Culpable. That's what I think. So if you can prove that you hired the wrong person, but remember she already got history from her dad, working on many sets. She did the other movie, the one they didn't fire from it. So if you didn't fire from it, she still performed. So you can't bitch about some things she didn't do on the set that you would have done differently. You hired her, so again, you'd have to find that she was the wrong person to hire, and you could probably argue it's COVID. That you didn't have the history. Maybe you should have done drug testing, but did the cops do drug testing on her? Did they ask for it? I don't know. All right, but that's losing. But that's the way to find Alec Baldwin at fault would be to prove he hired somebody that was to prove that he hired somebody that couldn't handle the job, and then he'd also have to go after that director. He already admitted that he was the wrong guy for it. So Alec Baldwin, did he put the guy as a position of safety man? So there you go, Pug. Did Alec Baldwin, how is he responsible for putting a guy that can't, this guy, who can't do safety inspections of guns, and his lawyer says is scared of guns, how did they put him responsible for checking guns? Yeah. If I want to go live in a private room, I use StreamYard. Thanks, Pug. I'm gonna look into that. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off unless I'm gonna wait like 30 seconds for Pug to say something else. If not, I'm gonna jump off because I want to publish the video, obviously, or without too much editing. Anybody want to speak up? Speak up, or forever hold your peace. You gonna get married or not? Intervening act concept later. Yeah, I'd like to see that, Pug, especially you do your channel, man. Do that attorney channel. I'll do a couple of videos of it, and of course post it with people and promote you. All right, I think I pressed end stream here. You use StreamYard again, right? StreamYard. Are they sure the EMTs weren't just hired B actors incubating the stomach? Yeah, brutally. These people are it's a nasty setup. They were in no hurry to get her out of there. You know, the helicopter's here somewhere. Oh, you know what? History. Hold on, guys. I'll do that. I'll go this way, then YouTube, and then history. It should pop up. None of my porn pops up. It's this one.
I know, that's what I call them.
And then this one, and then let me get the back angle. Oh, okay, yeah, this is the one I'm going to show you where the helicopter pulls off. Hold on. Just a little bit before that. Okay, still here. Hold on. No timestamp on this. I'm going to look at your comment. Give me a second. How about the girl hiding the camera? Okay, there's the helicopter. And there's so this other ambulance is there. Remember when they first pulled him out? They first pulled him out at 21. They first pull him out. $21.16, I believe. Hold on, right about $21.16. All right, there they are, still there. So right there's the ambulance outside the church. That's for her, and they load her up. And then here's look at the mouse up here. It's 1411. So I get that wrong. Hold on. And then they pull him. They cut there, and then here, they pull him out. Now they're gonna load him up. They take him to the right. They're gonna load him onto the helicopter. I mean onto this ambulance right here. Behind the ambulance from our angle, because they're taking them directly over there. No delay. They're gonna bang right. Just put plus play. They're gonna bang right.
And whose jack is that? Joel's?
Okay, that's Joel, all right?
Okay.
All right. They're hustling over there. There's a red truck. And they're going to get him off. And before they get him off, they... There's the ambulance, still in place. There's the helicopter. Joel will be coming around here right about now. There's no tape here yet. Once I see the tape up, the string line, the safety tape up, then I know that ambulance is pulling off. So they've got there pretty quick. Let's see if I can go back to that one again. So, no. Okay. There's the ambulance.
Okay.
All right, so going back to this one, I'm going to scrub forward right there. Okay, there's the ambulance. We put the tape up, and there's the ambulance firing out. You're going to see it move in a second.
Hey, to the man!
That's the reverse lights of the ambulance now. The beep, 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 the reverse sounds. So that timeline, he's loading them up. Right now, she's over here. The helicopter is here. It's already landed. It's in the background. Ah, fuck, really? Right here. And the ambulance is backing up. So when you see him pull him over, and this helicopter's there, it's 12, it's 21, it is 21. Up top right, I keep saying 21, sorry guys. It's 216. Helicopter's already there, maybe it's behind here, we can't see him right. But they're taking him to the right. So the helicopter's there waiting. They don't leave for another 1 hour. It's an hour, motherfucker. An hour before they get her to the hospital.
And whose jack is that? Joel's? Okay.
I shit you not, she'd have been literally safer to go in a police car and get raced to the fucking hospital with no medical care. She'd have been safer.
Okay.
Besides the transportation. She'd have been safer just being thrown in the back of a fucking ambulance and just haul ass to the fucking hospital than demand that they use this fucking helicopter. Yeah, I'm kind of with you with that. Okay, I'm triggered, so hopefully, you know, it's an hour. Hopefully this would take care, guys. Love you guys. I'm out. I'm gonna do a video on the. I'm gonna reveal a shitload of images for this right here for the rigid frame construction of that collapse that killed those people there. We're going to go over this design and that snake they saw, the buckling and all that. And I'll reveal the rest of the image for the good of the public. So hopefully you'll follow on that too. And I might do that live stream, but I got to be careful. Frankly, I got some dead bodies in the images I have to block out. I don't want to share that with the public. Okay. So take care. Love you guys. Oh, what happened there? It froze.